Welcome back to training, mate, at a new club. How's it all feel? You feel invigorated?
Yeah, it's been really good. Boys have been really welcoming. It's your first day back yesterday. Did a bit of skills and stuff, but time trial today, and most of the boys went pretty well.
Getting used to the new guys, a lot of names still and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, especially sort of the younger fellas that I don't really sort of know, but said before, the boys are really welcoming, and it's a great club to be at.
Who won?
I think Stance won. I'm not sure what he ran, but he flew off at the start and took it home pretty well. Yeah.
How did you go?
I did all right. I think around sort of 6:40 odd, something like that. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah. So you come to the club, he goes rich in key defensive options. No shortage there. Do you see yourself? What's your goal for next year? I mean, do you see yourself being able to break into the team straight away, or do you think you might have to bide your time a bit? Or
well, hopefully, just try and put my best foot forward each training session and try and prove myself. So, I've got to win the respect of all the boys by training hard and put my head over the footy. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to do that from session to session. See how it goes.
Yep. And you've played a little bit forward this year at St Kilda. Is there a chance that have you spoken about that with James and coaches?
Oh, not really at the moment, but if I'll play wherever they need me to play, so I'm pretty happy to play at either end. Yeah.
I guess on that topic, I guess Michael Hurley can play forward as well. Do you think it could be a case of sometimes he to fit you in, you could slot back and he could go forward, or vice versa type of thing? Or?
Yeah, look, it could be. There's Jakey Carlisle, obviously good keep forward. He can play back. Hurls can play forward and back. I can play forward and back. So I'm happy to do whatever. Yeah.
It's a tough day for the players. How are they holding up? They're going okay?
Yeah, look, the spirit's been really good. The same as many old football club. Happy to get stuck into training first day back, and boys have been really great for me. And I haven't noticed anything them being down or anything like that. Like, it's been really good. So yeah.
And it's a good distraction, isn't it? 2K time trial takes their mind off it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, it's pretty nerve wracking. Blokes feeling a bit sick, and sort of as you said, it takes sort of your mind off what's happening outside of footy. So it was really good.
What impressions did you have of the club when you were at St Kilda?
Obviously a really talented bunch, run pretty hard, really good with the footy. So obviously played finals last year, so that was sort of the reasoning why I sort of chose the Bombers. Yeah,
it's a bit of interest in Melbourne and GWS last year, but obviously the Bombers want to, at this stage of your career, finals is a pretty important thing for you.
Yeah, obviously they played last year in the finals, and obviously had a bit of interest from GWS and Melbourne. But as you said, this stage of my sort of career, I just want to put my best step forward. And obviously playing with BJ again was a really good motivation for me to come to the Bombers. And sort of once I knew that Hurdy and the Bombers were interested in me, I was like, I really want to get there. So it was good.
How hard was it, obviously being told last year that you wouldn't be offered a new contract? And do you think the Saints are going about it the right way? Moving on a few older players and going through the draft.
Yeah, look, it's an interesting stage for St Kilda, because they've always, they've been so good since probably 2004 or 5 when we were playing prelims and grannies and that. But obviously all the older blokes have moved on, and it's time for them to sort of bring in the new fellas. So I was understanding of that. So yeah.
Just how hard are these 2 kilometre time trials? Just for us mere mortals out there, you've had quite a long off season. And...
Yeah, you're thinking about it. So I was probably thinking about it. Last week sometime when I was doing all my running sessions, I was like, oh God, 2K, it's just pain for 6.5, 7 minutes. So yeah, most of the blokes were throwing up after the run, so it's pretty hard. Yeah.
Just after getting that news from St Kilda, was there a period of time that you thought that might be it for you?
Yeah, a little bit. I was sort of in limbo for September, a little bit of October. It enters your mind, are you gonna just be working again and playing local footy somewhere? But at the same time, I was pretty confident that I'd be somewhere playing AFL footy next year. Yeah.
And he spoke about wanting to impress and make an impression on your new teammates and the like. How hard is that for you to sort of stop yourself doing too much? Obviously, you guys are restricted in sort of where you're at and what you do.
Yeah.
Is it sort of hard for you to stop? You have to sort of pull yourself back just a fraction.
Yeah, a little bit, but I know my body now, and I know sort of what I need to do to be prepared to play sort of round 1 and that. So, I've learned a lot from the last sort of 3 or 4 years at the Saints in regards to like my knee and stuff like that. So I know what I've got to do now to prepare well.
Does the possibility of many of your teammates being out of action, at least for the first part of next year, does that weigh in your mind? Does that concern you at all?
Look, not really, because it's the unknown, so I don't really know. So it didn't really cross my mind when I wanted to make a decision to come here. Yeah.
But now that you're here, does it, the fact that it may, I guess, to an extent, it could affect the chances of finals?
Yeah. To be honest, I haven't really thought about it. To be honest, I've just been sort of concentrating on getting to know the boys and working hard, and obviously trying to do well in the time trial, which I sort of did. So yeah.
Your pathway to AFL is a unique one. Do
Yeah.
you see? I mean, now it's a much more expanded competition since you were drafted. Do you see that local footy leagues could be looked at a bit more?
Yeah, there's a lot of good sort of younger boys playing in the local league, like Essendon, where I come from. Even a lot of VFL boys that obviously didn't get drafted, sort of 18, 19, that are still playing VFL, like 2021, that are coming through. So even the Sandful and the Waffle and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of scope for clubs to draft sort of that mature age boys, because they've got a lot of talent and they can really add something to the team.